Good afternoon, and a very warm welcome to the students and families of the Upper Cape Tech graduating class of 2020. At this time, we kindly request that you please silence all electronic devices. Once again, best practices for social distancing must be followed during today's commencement exercises. Please remain at your seats unless advised otherwise for the duration of this afternoon's commencement. Masks are required to be worn properly and social distancing is to be maintained at all times. At this time, we ask that students and families please rise to welcome and celebrate the class of 2020.
Students, please remain standing. Members of the school committee, honored guests, selectmen, family and friends of the class of 2020. Welcome to the graduation ceremony of Upper Cape Cod Regional Technical School. At this time, please remain standing as we welcome the senior class top scholar, Kyle DeBona. Kyle will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Kyle. Please remain standing for the national anthem. I would ask that you please join me in a moment of silence to remember those people who are no longer with us. Thank you. Please be seated. At this time, I'd like to welcome up the class officers of 2020, Zoe Janicki, Needy Kumar, Sean Michael Hibbert, and Derek Duggan.
On behalf of the class of 2020, we would also like to present our class advisor, Ms. Bach, with a token of our appreciation. Thank you for all that you've done for us.
I would like to take the opportunity to thank the class of 2020, and I especially want to thank my class officers with their hard work and dedication throughout the 4 years. This past year has been very difficult, even though it's not the way we intended for your senior year to go. It's great to see you all here and receive your diplomas in person. I wish you all the best in this next stage of life. Congratulations. At this time, I would like to introduce Roger Forget, Superintendent of Upper Cape Cod Regional Technical School.
Thank you, Mrs. Bach. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor and a privilege for me to introduce the class of 2020 valedictorian, Nidhi Kumar. A graduate in the health technology shop, Nidhi is graduating with high honors. She is president of the Student Council and a member of the Interact Club and serves as a class officer throughout her time here at Upper Cape Tech. Additionally, Nidhi has participated in both softball and lacrosse. Nidhi, who is a resident of Bourne, will be studying biology pre-med at DeSales University in Pennsylvania. Nidhi Kumar.
Good afternoon, Dr. Dutch, Mr. Forget, members of the school committee, administration, faculty, friends, family, and the graduating class of 2020. I would like to thank our staff and families for their endless support over the last 4 years. Without their support, we would not be here today. I will also take a moment to remember some of our classmates that could not be here today because they have already begun their futures in BMT. My name is Nidhi Kumar, and you might know me as the one that's sometimes a little too loud in class or might better recognize me as a voice speeding through morning announcements. I stand before you today as the graduating class of 2020 as your class valedictorian. This achievement has been one of my goals for quite some time, and I'm so grateful for all the support I've received to get to this point in my life. However, this is just the beginning. I have so many more goals in my life, and the most prominent being my career goals. I hope to one day become a successful obstetrician after attending medical school. These ambitions of mine are going to take a lot of time and effort, but I've learned over the last 4 years that there's more to life than just career and academic goals. I've come to realize that I have focused so much on one goal, but the reality is that life is a series of goals and the experiences in between. We tend to lose ourselves in the process of giving up all our energy into individual objectives in our lives. And in the process, we start to lose our passion for life itself. We forget small joys in our friends and family or spending time on our own, and instead make our lives about finding the answers. We tend to spend our energy finding the answers for questions asked by those around us, but never for the questions we ask ourselves. There is always the pressure put on us by those expecting the best from us at all times, and even some that we put on ourselves. I myself am very guilty of putting too much pressure on myself to reach my goals and know all the answers. However, we don't need to have the right answers right now, or even a few years from now. We are still so young and have yet to experience so much that it's completely acceptable to say that we don't know yet. I don't know yet either. I'm just as clueless about adult life and what's supposed to come after high school as the rest of you, and that's okay. Sybil Chavez, the CEO of marketing firm Ripple, said sometimes it's not about having all the answers. It's about trusting yourself, leaning in the direction of what feels right, and focusing on living the day in front of you the best you can. Now, this is not to say we should forget our goals or stop looking for answers, but rather follow our passions and ask better questions. Instead, maybe we should ask ourselves what makes us happy. We should be asking ourselves what makes life worth living, and we should pursue what we as individuals believe to be the right answer. Our achievements may be important to take us from one chapter in our life to the next, but they are not what we should be living for. Author Hunter S. Thomas said, "So we shall let the reader answer this question for themselves. Who is the happier man, he who has braved the storm of life and lived, or he who has stayed securely on shore and merely existed?" Personally, I would rather weather the storm and hope to come out on the other end happy with countless stories to tell about my experiences. We are the authors to our own lives, and how each chapter unfolds is up to us. This may be the end of our high school chapter, but our story is only beginning. I wish you all the best as you venture through the storm that is life. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to introduce this year's outstanding vocational student, Zoe Janicki. Zoe is a graduate of the Health Technology program. Zoe has demonstrated her leadership skills throughout her high school career. In addition to achieving high honors while here at Upper Cape Tech, she is a 3-season athlete participating in volleyball, basketball, and softball. She was elected president of her class and has served on the Principal's Council. This year's outstanding vocational student is from Bourne and will continue her education at Campbell University in North Carolina, where she will major in biology to become a physician's assistant. Zoe Janicki.
Good afternoon, fellow graduates, friends, family, faculty and staff, school committee members, and guests. My name is Zoe Janicki, and I've been given the privilege to speak at this ceremony. I'd first like to once again congratulate all my fellow graduates. You all had the perseverance to finish what you started, even through such unforeseen circumstances. I'd also like to give a special thanks to all the very dedicated teachers who adapted to the new way of learning this spring and still managed to educate their students through a computer screen. Last, an appreciation for Dr. Dutch, Mr. Forget, and Mr. McHugh for making the past 4 years such an exceptional experience. If anyone had asked us back in September to predict what our senior year would be like, I doubt any of us would have imagined it like this. I remember I was at work when I got the email about MIAA canceling all sports this season. I was totally bummed that I wouldn't get to play my final season of softball ever with my teammates. I also remember quite vividly the many tears I shed while trying to make online school work. It seemed as though it wasn't fair and that all my hours of studying literally didn't matter. But then I had to buck up because I had to go to work the next day, and the next day, and the next, as I'm sure many of my fellow classmates did. It was my duty as a healthcare professional to work through coronavirus, no matter how scary. Even if that meant wearing a mask in the hot summer heat and refraining from seeing my friends and family, I did what I had to do to keep the elderly residents at my work safe. And that feeling of being essential and needed in my trade was an honor that I'd never give up. About halfway through junior year, when I began to really prepare for my future, we all realized what was going on. People suddenly started asking us what college we were thinking about, what career path we wanted to pursue. This is when I began to realize how important vocational education really is. When I began working in my trade in the real world, studying for SATs and AP exams felt less important. The physical work I was doing was most important to me. Actually working hard for the things I have and helping someone with what I'm doing. Those emotions right there are why UCT and all voc schools are so important and crucial in today's society. For the longest time, vocational education was frowned upon and was perceived to be for the troubled kids or the kids who weren't going to go to college to pursue a career. However, that suggestion is completely false. Most of us here today do not have to enroll in college and spend the next 4 years plus additional years pursuing a career because thanks to the training at UCT, we already have one. Every graduate sitting here today has a skill that can get them hired. Every graduate sitting here today has the self-sufficiency that most other 18-year-olds do not have. Every graduate sitting here today can do something that the person next to them most likely can't. And in the world we're living in today, we need people like you. We need the people who are going to get up and continue to work hard through a life-threatening pandemic. I used to think that people with high-ranking professions like doctors, lawyers, and engineers had it made. But if the last few months have taught us anything, it's that all of those working people need electricity and plumbing and a haircut, all of which would not be possible without training like that given at UCT. So whether you're going straight into the workforce next year or going to college to further your education or going into the military to serve our country, the skills we learned at UCT will be put to use. These technical skills will power our country. And I hope attending a vocational school for high school has powered all my fellow graduates to be proud of doing hard American work. UCT created an environment that not only teaches its students how to work, but how to love and take pride in your work. I'm very grateful to have obtained a well-rounded education from Upper Cape Tech, and all the graduates should be proud of all they've accomplished. Congrats, everyone. Thank you.
At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our former superintendent, Dr. Robert Dutch.
Well, this certainly has been one heck of a year. No one could have predicted what transpired, but you survived and will have stories to share with your children and grandchildren about the pandemic of 2020. Welcome, school committee members, Superintendent Forget, faculty, parents, families, friends, and all returning alumni to the 2020 commencement of Upper Cape Tech. I would also like to wish a special welcome to former superintendent and current school committee member David P. Sampson, who is present. I'd also like to offer thanks to the school committee members for all they do in support of Upper Cape Tech. Thank you. And a special thanks to the parking crew and security staff. They wouldn't have made this day go as smoothly as it has so far. I would also like to recognize all of the teachers who have joined us today, and they're standing in the shade over there. I would like to express my appreciation for being able to speak to you one last time as your recently retired superintendent. Like the seniors, those of us who retired this year missed out on the rituals and opportunities that normally occur. So thank you for this opportunity. As I considered my message to you, I wanted to be certain to be brief, but to take into account what you have experienced, what you've accomplished, and most importantly, what lies ahead. Graduates, you have waited a long time for this day. You have missed so many of the traditional milestones associated with your senior year. We are all appreciative that we are able to have this final milestone occur, albeit a bit different than it would have been had we not had to manage the pandemic. Still, there have been so many fantastic things that have happened during your senior year. For example, the football team won back the Golden Wrench on Thanksgiving Day. Our Skills USA students were extremely successful at districts, garnering 35 medals. I can only imagine how great we would have done at states and nationals. You are an exceptional class. I've been impressed by so many remarkable members of this graduating class. What sets you apart from many graduating seniors this year is that during this pandemic, you've been on the front line of ensuring the well-being of so many. Whether working in a healthcare facility, the food service industry, or the construction trades, you have been there to support all of us and our needs. These examples represent only the tip of the iceberg of the numerous ways that the class of 2020 has supported the community. You are able to do this in no small part due to the training you received from your teachers at Upper Cape Tech. And now, here you are, ready to begin the next playlist of your life. You will all go in different directions, but no doubt will be getting back together during holidays and summers. I certainly can't predict what lies ahead for you, nor can anyone else in these crazy times. I hope that one of the lessons you take away from these past 4 months is the importance of relationships, friendships, and family. You might consider your high school experience as one playlist among many that capture your life. With the help of lyrics from the musical Rent, Sunset Boulevard, Disney's Frozen, The Lion King, and High School Musical, Green Day, Tim McGraw, and Queen, in that order, I offer you lyrics from this final playlist. I'll try not to break out in song. 525,600 minutes, 525,000 moments so dear, 525,600 minutes. How do you measure? Measure a year. We had the whispered conversations in overcrowded hallways, so much to say, not just today but always. We had early morning madness. We had magic in the making. It's as if we never said goodbye. But now it's time to let it go, Can't hold it back anymore. We have to let it go, let it go. Turn away and slam the door. Because we're in the circle of life, it's the wheel of fortune, it's the leap of faith. It's the band of hope till we find our place on the path unwinding in the circle of life. For here and now, it's time for celebration. We finally figured it out that your dreams have no limitations. That's what this is all about, because we're all in this together. This is another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. But when you get to where you're going, don't forget to turn back around. Help the next one in line. Always stay humble and kind. Because we are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, because we are the champions of the world. We're all proud of you, both for what you've already accomplished as well as what lies ahead. Congratulations, class of 2020.
At this time, I would like the students entering the military to stand and be recognized. We thank you for your service to our country and ourselves. You may sit. On July 14th, a very special event happened. Will the following students please stand when I call your name? Jared Switek, Richard Helgopian, Sonia Pina, Chris Sobel, Declan McAfee, Noah Tatro. On June 14th, Sunday, a young man from Wareham was at the ledge in Freetown, jumped from a significant height, entered the water, and did not rise up. The 6 students that stand before you now entered the water, pulled the student from it, performed first aid and CPR, and that's why that young man lives today. Well done, Upper Cape Tech students, well done. You may be seated. A note, Joseph Farrow, would you stand? Joseph has not missed a day of school since kindergarten, and I just want him to be recognized. Well done, Joey. Okay, for the part that we've all been waiting for, could I call to the stage our principal, Mr. James McHugh.
Good afternoon. Roll of graduates. Kyle Michael DeBona, National Honor Society, high honors. Zoe Hattie Janicki, National Honor Society, high honors. Nidhi Pranay Kumar, National Honor Society, high honors. Bryce Christopher Anderson. Danielle Marie Ansel. David Youssef Althamni, National Honor Society. Faith Elizabeth Ball-Romer. Jonathan J. Bankston. Ryan Raymond Barrett. Good job, Ryan. Kiana Page Barrows. Kelsey Renee Belcher. Novea Jade Benoit. Scott Stephen Bianchi. Colin James Bostwick. Jason William Brazil. Andrew Scott Brightman, National Honor Society. Deason Henry Brown. Catherine Thelma Burrows. Cameron James Bush. Jeremy Michael Kafua. Kyle Anthony Campanini. Noah Thomas Karsha. Phoebe Maria Cardoso. Ian Joseph Corrett. Nathan Joel Carlson, high honors. Danielle Arlene Casper. Benjamin Raymond Clark. Timothy Henry Clunan. Joseph Vincent Coelho. Malcolm Alexander Compere. Alexander Martin Cook, honors. Kara Marie Cox. Bethany Carolyn Davis, honors. Matthew John DeStefano. Sean Joseph DiCarlo. Shannon Marie Doyle. Sydney Marie Draper. John Patrick Driscoll. Derek Thomas Duggan, National Honor Society, High Honors. Kennedy Rose Ekstrom. Brandon Brett Ellis. Aurora Paige Emerson. Vanessa Estrella. Christian Robert Evans. Isaac Joseph Fay. Joseph Cameron Farrow. Cassandra Marie Fleck, National Honor Society, High Honors. Kevin Patrick Flynn. Juliana Marie Galhardo, honors. Mason Storm Gallus. Brandon Schaefer Gerard. Victoria Maureen Garrity. Adam Joseph Getzy. Avery Joseph Gilbert. Erin Victoria Glass. Cameron James Glover. Joanne Elisa Goodman. Andrew Frederick Gavoni. Laura Jean Griswold. Brian John Giuliano. Richard Jacob Hagopian. Casey Ryan Hallahan. William Albert Hanley. Mackenzie Elizabeth Hennessy. Sean Michael Valentine Hibbert. Gage Robert Hillier. John Joseph Hollett. Cody Michael Holmesy. Isaiah Todd Michael Hurst. Zoe Janae Jackson Laurel. Zachary James Jones. Allison Marie Kaipanen, National Honor Society, High Honors. Amanda Lee Kaipanen, National Honor Society, High Honors. Christopher Richard Keating. Jade Marie Kent. Charlie Madison King. Joseph William King. Connor Andrew Kramer. Ivana Rose Lone, honors. Tevin Michael Landers. Grace Elizabeth Larner, honors. Cameron Joseph Levitt. Ryan Michael Ledoux. Madeline Elizabeth Lima. Alyssa Marie Lewis. Scott Allen Limitamian. Connor Joseph Lynch. Kyle Alexander Lynch. Ronaldo Shawayne Malcolm. Sean Patrick Mallard. Lexi Marie Martin. Declan James McAfee. Damian Robert McDonald. Cameron Ray McElroy. Zachary Robert Mello. Maylee Yoon Monty, high honors. Dylan Joshua Montford. Jaden Morin Dixon. Patrick Morris. Brianna Nicole Murphy, honors. Michaela Barbara Murray, high honors. Desmond Renee Nascimento. Remy Bernadette Nelson. Tobias Roger Nelson. Alyssa Nicole Paliato. Robert Joseph Palumbo.
Subscribe to Palumbo's Gumbos.
Ashley Jordan Perry. Jacob Michael Perry. Antonio Cole Patron. Sonia Marie Pina. Nikayla Charlene Pyers. Patrick James Pike. Cameron Joseph Quinn. Christopher Raposo. Connor James Reedy. Taylor Morgan Richards, honors. Cassidy Catherine Robbins. Jaden Timothy Robbins. Marin Ann Ross. Benjamin Thomas Rowe. Adam Russell. Emily Ann Ryan. Jazari Ali Salim. Jasmine Isabella Santos. Tyler James Santos. Zachary Paul Savage. Evan William Sawyer. Benjamin William Seal. Stephen Matthew Senna. Colin Daniel Sherburne. Avery James Silva. Cameron Philip Silva. Jasmine Alexis Simons. Ethan Joseph Smykevich, honors. Hunter Ray Snidrich. Christopher James Sobel. Mackenzie Faith Suey. Colin John Souza. Joseph Michael Still. Lucy Ann Kit Sullivan. Jody Elizabeth Susi. Stephen Andrew Swenson, honors. Jared Michael Switek. Noel Anna Tavares, National Honor Society, high honors. Noah Jeffrey Tatro. Tyler Christian Theodore. Riley Weaver Thornell. Seth Forrest Tomasic. Aaliyah Anne-Marie Tropiano. Bridget Marie Rose Unwin. Hannah Faith Visser. Sarah Giovanna da Silva Vieira, National Honor Society. Christopher Michael Visconti. Savannah Catherine Wall. Walter Michael Weber. Christian Ryan Westgate. Kevin James Williams. Danielle Nicole Woodard. Jared Robert Woodward. Sun Theory Yum Sun. Grace Victoria Young. Nathan Michael Zillick, National Honor Society, High Honors.
At this time, would the class officers please come forward? And could I have the rest of the graduates please stand? I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that today is also Tevin Lander's birthday. This is a twofer for you. Graduates, your tassels should be on the right-hand side. Graduates of the class of 2020, this is your day. Your life begins now. There is a sign that I have hanging in my home that I look at every day, and it reads, "At water's edge, life begins." Today, you are at the water's edge. You can dive right in, or you can enter slowly, testing the water as you go. What matters is you have the knowledge, the skills, and the foundation to stay afloat. At this time, graduates, please move your tassels from the right to the left. Class officers, please return to your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me a great honor to present to you the class of 2020. Congratulations, Upper Cape Tech. You may throw your caps.